May 2nd, 2011, Abbottabad, Pakistan. Two stealth helicopters slice into the darkness. Inside, America's most lethal operators prepare for a mission no one can ever know about. At point-blank range, one man would make history, Navy SEAL Team 6 operator Matt Bissonnette. Matt Bissonnette's story does not begin in a big city or a military family network. It begins in one of the most remote corners of America, rural Alaska. He was raised in a tiny, isolated village where basic conveniences didn't exist. No shopping malls, no paved roads, no crowds, no safety nets. Transportation relied on small bush planes and boats, and daily life revolved around cold, darkness, and harsh weather. Self-sufficiency, problem-solving to survive. From a young age, Matt learned that comfort was optional, and quitting wasn't an option at all. This environment forged three core traits that would later define him as a SEAL: mental toughness, self-reliance, adaptability under stress. Matt was raised by missionary parents, which reinforced a foundation of personal discipline, moral responsibility, service before self. His family's lifestyle wasn't glamorous. It was mission-oriented and structured around community service, faith, and hard work. There was no special forces pipeline in his home, just the daily teaching that you show up, you work hard, and you don't complain. Unlike many future SEALs who head straight to the military after high school, Matt took a different path. He attended Penn State University, studying and preparing for what at the time looked like a normal civilian future. College classes, outdoor athletics, traditional career planning. But despite success in school, something felt wrong. Civilian life wasn't enough. The extreme lifestyle of Alaska had conditioned him to crave hard challenges, purpose beyond comfort, a brotherhood built on shared struggle. In his early 20s, while many classmates were planning careers and pensions, Matt chose a harder road. He decided to enlist in the United States Navy, not for job benefits or steady income, but for what he knew only elite service could offer. Test of mental limits, brotherhood in hardship, a mission larger than himself. He didn't settle for mediocrity. He specifically chose the SEAL pipeline, entering the most punishing training route in the U.S. military, BUDS, where 75 to 80% of candidates quit or fail. Matt Bissonnette's upbringing gave him a unique edge in SEAL training: Arctic cold, cold water surf torture, isolation, mental resilience, self-reliance, independent decision-making, physical outdoors lifestyle, endurance and durability. While other recruits struggled with the cold, extended isolation, physical misery, Matt already lived this reality from childhood. He didn't become elite because of training alone. He was forged long before he ever stepped onto the beaches of BUDS. After finishing college at Penn State, Matt Bissonnette didn't choose the safe civilian route: corporate jobs, predictable income, and comfort. He chose the hardest possible path. At a time when most recruits washed out of basic training, Matt volunteered for the SEAL pipeline, knowing the odds of failure were extreme, roughly 75 to 80% attrition. Most candidates wouldn't see graduation. Broken bodies and broken minds were almost guaranteed. But Alaska had already hardened him. Cold didn't scare him. Isolation didn't break him. Long suffering felt familiar. When Matt arrived in Coronado, California, and stepped onto the wet sand where BUDS legends are made, he entered the real forge. BUDS, 6 months of daily physical punishment, endless running in boots, cold water surf torture, heavy log carries, team-breaking psychological stress, sleep deprivation designed to destroy morale. And at the center of this nightmare stood Hell Week, 5.5 days, almost no sleep, constant movement, freezing water immersion, officers and instructors trying to force you to quit. Men rang the brass bell hourly. Mike recalls in interviews, strong athletes quitting because of mental collapse, bigger men breaking while smaller men endured. Success didn't come from size or strength. It came from mental refusal to quit. Due to his performance and peer respect, he was voted Honor Man, the top graduate of his class, an award chosen by his fellow SEAL candidates, not instructors. This distinction often marks operators destined for recon leadership roles, direct action squadrons to Tier 1 potential. After months of relentless training, Matt finally stood in formation and earned his Navy SEAL Trident. Freshly assigned to the fleet, the world changed overnight, September 11, 2001. The towers fell. America went to war. The SEAL teams were mobilized. Matt had earned the trident in peacetime, but would soon carry it into the opening chapters of the global war on terror. He survived the training. Now the real test was coming: combat. Only weeks after earning the trident, the world changed. September 11, 2001, America mobilized overnight. For newly minted Navy SEAL Matt Bissonnette, there was no slow ramp-up. He entered the teams during the hottest period of American combat operations since Vietnam. Within the first years of service, he was rotating through rapid deployments, conducting combat patrols, participating in night raids against Taliban and Al-Qaeda fighters, learning real-world warfare far beyond training drills. Afghanistan and Iraq became the classroom where his SEAL identity was truly forged. Combat taught him lessons buds never could. His first engagement snapped training into reality. Fear became sharper than exhaustion. The discipline drilled into muscles and reflexes suddenly meant survival. From night missions to fast roping from helicopters, breaching compounds, clearing rooms under real fire, and securing high-value targets. What distinguished Matt was the same thing seen in training: calm under chaos, precision under stress, willingness to lead forward. Veteran operators soon took notice. He proved capable of close quarter battle, CQB, coordination of assault elements, weapon integration, rapid decision-making when plans collapsed. After accumulating combat experience and operational credibility, he volunteered for the most demanding selection process in U.S. Special Operations, DEVGRU, SEAL Team 6 Naval Special Warfare Development Group. Selection included psychological screening, weapons mastery evaluation, tactical testing, live fire leadership exercises, extreme peer scrutiny. He earned a place among America's pinnacle warriors, Tier 1 special missions operators tasked with counter-terrorism, hostage rescue, international manhunts, black site capture missions. For the next several years, Matt operated globally under strict secrecy. Missions were never discussed. Families never knew where operators were deployed. His life became long separations, constant readiness, high-risk operations with zero margin for error. And yet, the best DEVGRU missions are the ones nobody ever hears about. After nearly a decade of classified raids, Intel finally delivered what America had hunted for 10 years. Osama bin Laden was located. Abbottabad, Pakistan. Matt Bissonnette, now an operator in DEVGRU, SEAL Team 6, was assigned to the assault squadron selected for the mission. For weeks, the team studied scale compound replicas, conducted full mission rehearsals day and night, planned contingencies, including capture or death scenarios. Failure wasn't an option. Capturing or killing bin Laden meant ending the world's longest manhunt. Failure could trigger an international crisis with Pakistan. May 2nd, 2011, 12:30 a.m., two modified, stealth Black Hawks lifted off from Jalalabad, Afghanistan. Inside one was Matt. His world narrowed to nod tubes glowing green, rotor wash shaking the cabin, weapons checks under red lens light. 20 minutes later, one helicopter experienced a catastrophic vortex loss while hovering over the Abbottabad compound, slamming down inside the walls. The crash echoed through the city. Stealth was gone. The assault had to continue, fast or not at all. Operators, including Matt, rapidly adapted, secured the crash helicopter remains, breached compound walls, split into assault teams. Gunfire erupted from within the compound. Two armed couriers were engaged and killed. Women and children were rushed away from danger zones. Matt's team stacked for the upper floors. They moved upward, room to room, clearing at speed. At the top floor, one operator first made contact at the bedroom door. Bin Laden appeared in the doorway. He was armed, feared to be wearing a suicide vest. Shots rang out. Osama bin Laden was killed instantly. Matt Bissonnette was part of the assault element that operated within the compound, later documenting the mission details in his book. While not the triggerman who took the first shots, Matt participated in clearing the compound, secured intelligence and evidence from the kill site, and assisted with identification and reporting. His first-hand experience later became one of the most complete, publicly known accounts of the raid. Operators quickly performed identity verification, facial comparison, DNA sample collection, biometric assessment. Within minutes, confirmation radioed Geronimo E. Kaya, enemy killed in action. The world's most wanted terrorist was dead, with Pakistani military possibly en route. The crashed Black Hawk was rigged with explosives and destroyed. Evidence bags were loaded. The body of bin Laden was transported out via Chinook helicopter. Less than 40 minutes after touchdown, the PUP team lifted out. Mission complete. While the operators flew back into secrecy, the president stepped to the podium. Justice has been done. But the raiders would never receive public recognition. No medals displayed, no public names listed, no victory parade. They returned to total anonymity. For Matt, the moment brought relief, not celebration. 10 years of war and sacrifice culminated in one silent night. The aftermath left a complicated emotional vacuum. Victory felt quieter than expected. After returning from Abbottabad, Matt expected to fade back into the shadows, just another anonymous operator. But the world outside had changed. Politicians were giving speeches. Officials were leaking classified accounts to shape narratives. Media versions of the raid were being sensationalized or inaccurate. And inside the special operations community, frustration began building. Everyone was telling the story, except the people who were actually there. Matt felt the mission was being distorted. Credit was being misallocated. Important details were wrong. He made a decision that would change his life forever. He would tell the story from the operator's perspective. Protecting his identity, he released the book No Easy Day under the name Mark Owen. The book offered a blunt account of Bud's training, the realities of squadron life, detailed combat missions, his first-hand narrative of the bin Laden raid. The book instantly exploded, #1 on bestseller lists, multiple international editions, millions in royalties. The US government reacted hard. Matt was accused of violating non-disclosure agreements, publishing classified material without prior review. A federal lawsuit followed. While the government never charged him criminally, civil courts ruled Bissonnette must surrender book profits to the federal government, must submit all future publications for clearance, pay ongoing penalties. By the end, Matt lost millions of dollars. Inside the SEAL community, the response fractured. Supporters argued Matt told the truth when others were manipulating the story. Bureaucrats and politicians leaked selectively without discipline. Operators deserved their own narrative. Critics believed he violated sacred silence. He endangered teammates. Profit undermined brotherhood. This rift permanently damaged his relationship with parts of the special operations world. For Matt, the fallout was heavy. Financial devastation, professional isolation, accusations of betrayal, emotional burden of broken trust. Beyond legal consequences, in Sean Ryan's interview, Matt explains his reasoning. The story needed accuracy, not mythology. Officials leaked when it benefited them, so why were operators punished? His goal wasn't fame, it was historical honesty. If leaders can profit from telling classified stories without consequence, why can't the men who executed the mission? For years, Matt existed behind a fake name, but the consequences of secrecy became heavier than exposure. He eventually stepped forward, revealing publicly, "I am Mark Owen. My real name is Matt Bissonnette." This revelation marked the end of anonymity he had lived under since deployment days. No more hiding, no more pseudonyms. For the first time, the DEVGRU veteran began to speak openly about war, brotherhood, betrayal, the cost of truth. Matt released a third book, No Easy Way. This wasn't a raid memoir, it was a reflection. The book details the emotional aftermath of killing and surviving war, his fallout with the government, the price paid for truth-telling, psychological strain of transitioning out of elite special operations, the deep loneliness veterans often face when they lose their brotherhood. It is a stark contrast to the action-heavy tone of No Easy Day, focusing instead on what happens to warriors after the fight ends. The Sean Ryan Show gave Matt his most honest, unrestricted platform ever. In the interview, he addressed his upbringing in rural isolation, his mental struggles after leaving the military, guilt over fractured brotherhood, anger at government hypocrisy, the weight of carrying national secrets alone. More importantly, he didn't try to play hero. Instead, he came across as soft-spoken, thoughtful, emotionally transparent. He emphasized that elite warriors are not superhumans. They carry invisible scars long after the fighting stops. In Sean's interview, Matt reinforces a belief: truth must coexist with loyalty, not eliminate it. Politicians selectively leak classified info for reputational benefit. Operators remain bound to silence even when public distortions harm truth. That double standard is wrong. He insists his writing was not betrayal, it was correction. Today, Matt lives as a public speaker, leadership consultant, veteran mental health advocate, military ethics commentator. His mission now, helping veterans transition out of elite service, promoting mental resilience and identity rebuilding, speaking candidly about the cost of silent suffering. He frequently lectures on leadership under pressure, team trust dynamics, moral injury, mental health in warrior professions. Matt no longer seeks recognition for weapons or kills. His goal now is to leave behind honesty, not mythology. He wants soldiers to feel safe telling their stories responsibly, know they aren't alone after the uniform comes off. His legacy has shifted from elite warrior to veteran truth teller, mental health advocate, and documenter of modern warfare. Matt Bissonnette entered the war as a silent professional forged in cold discipline and brotherhood. He left it battered by controversy, but committed to truth. His story reminds us that killing the enemy is the easy part. Living with what you did afterward is the real battle. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button for more true warrior biographies. Who should we tell the story of next?